Good morning, y'all. I'm back on my morning walks. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back. And I just want to take y'all on a walk with me. It won't be long. Probably just around this trail right here. Once I get done with this, I should be done with y'all. But then, you know me, I get there and I start talking. So, let's talk about it. Sometimes life ain't easy. But I think sometimes we make it harder than it should be. And I am walking, so forget a win. I hope y'all can hear me. She got teeth, she bite, but I got 2 dogs, so I ain't scared.
Now she gonna follow you.
Neighbors, y'all. But sometimes life ain't easy, okay? But I think we make it harder than what we should make it. There have been a few incidences that happened recently. Great ones. Absolutely amazing. You hear me? Where I've gotten to watch fallow ground broken up, nourished, watered, taken care of. I've gotten to see seeds planted on that ground. I've gotten to see it go through some storms. I got to see it go through some rains. I got to see it go through some winters. I got to see it go through some summers, some falls. But baby, that harvest is plentiful. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? What I'm saying to you is, I understand that there will be pieces of life that's going to make you black and blue. And you're going to have to fight to see another day. And you're going to have to mentally go to war to get back up. But if you just stay the course, if you just stay the course, it will happen. And when it does happen, it will be full of prosperity. It will be full of inheritance for your children's children. It will be full of royalty. You will get exactly what you deserve. You will walk into doors that you never knew were available for you. But you got to be willing to mentally endure life. Life is a game. Play it. Play it. And just when you think you're the expert, I promise you it's something new to learn. Listen to me. Listen to me. Grab life. Learn your lessons. And continue to move forward. Because at the end of the day, when it's your turn, it's your turn. And that harvest will be plentiful. Hear me when I tell you, you will eat off of the fruits of your labor if you continue to go through life understanding that you can conquer it. If you continue to walk through a journey, no matter which season you in,
duration
if you
20 minutes
continue to
35
move
seconds.
forward, no
Current
matter
speed
how hard the
3.2
road
miles
is,
per hour.
because
Average
sometimes,
speed 2.9 miles per
sorry
hour.
y'all, I
Total
told y'all I
time
was
51
walking,
minutes
so
25 seconds.
let me let her hush. So here's the thing. When you get through those trenches, understand that your reward will be great. People looking for everything but their purpose because they forget and put on a mask and they feel like, oh, life is what I need to look like everybody else. No, listen to you. You can only be you. It's only one. And God made you just the way he made you. He made you intentionally, fearfully, wonderfully, and he made you in his image, which means if there is none like him, guess what? There is none like you either. I have continuously got to watch God's harvest be plentiful, and that it took sometimes them journeys. Sometimes those journeys, listen, if you got fallow ground, they got to be broken up. But then nurture it. Be mindful of the things that you say and do. Be mindful of the way you treat people. Be mindful, because all those things, when you get your inheritance, will make the biggest difference. I'm so proud of the things that I've seen in these last couple weeks, because I've been asking God to show me that this is my path. And when I tell you, other people have benefited from God forcing me to be obedient. Be obedient, because you got this, and you never know why your obedience is necessary. You never know why. Don't be ashamed to let go of who you think you're supposed to be who God needs you to be. Sometimes a necessary is more value than a want. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, I get to watch many times, and the people that God have placed in my life, I've gotten to watch them go through the season of having to break up that fallow ground. You can't wait on somebody else to do it. That's your job. Break it up. It starts here. What do you think? What do you put in yourself? What do you believe? What do you believe? The things that you believe will come to fruition. So believe that you can. Believe that you will. Believe that you must. And then do it. It's a simple formula. It's a simple formula. I can means I'm working on me. So I know one day I'll get there. But in that process, you have to say, I will. Speaking into existence all of the things that are necessary for your life at that moment. Then you say, I must. It is necessary for me. Why are you doing this? What makes it so necessary? It's necessary. And then doing it, placing action on everything that you work so hard for. Dream it, achieve it, believe it. Wrong order. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. That's the order. The Bible says, that so a man thinketh in his heart that he is. What do you believe about you? Not what everybody else say about you. I could care less about what people got to say. But what do you believe about you? And what you believe about you, you will attract. So if it's something in your friends you don't like, be mindful of who you are. Because just as much as you influence them, they influence you. I don't care how big of an influencer you are. You will still be influenced by the weight of the world when you are serving for God's purpose. So at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is, the seeds that are planted inside of you, some will die, some will come to fruition. The best part about that is, you have the power to choose which one it is that comes to fruition, because it's what you feed it along its journey that will create the flower, that will create the fruit that you produce. What fruit are you producing? What fruit are people eating when they eat off of your tree, when they around you?
Halfway point reached.
What I'm telling you is, you got to get up every day. Be grateful for something that you already have. Then be grateful for something that you want as if you already have it. And achieve the day. No excuses. You either gonna do it or you're not. Achieve the day, because purpose is waiting on you to fight for it. The more you fight for it, the more it fights for you. And if you fight for somebody for so long, I promise you, you will collide. And that collision will be so spiritually powerful that nothing will be able to break it. What are you eating today? And what are you feeding others? Listen, I just want everybody to be prosperous. I want everybody to understand that they have it inside of them. And every time I look at the things that have been going on for years, and I pay attention to the fight that was fought, I see how plentiful that is. Be prosperous, be productive, but most of all, Believe in God and believe in you, because you got everything it takes to be the greatest thing in the world. You already got it. It was born in you. But you got to figure out how to feed that man, because the one that you feed is the one that's going to survive. Feed that person right there everything it takes. You give negativity 100%, you give depression and anxiety 100%. I'm a witness that you can come up out of that. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm telling you. But what do you believe? So many people don't understand that there are power in words. There are power in words. What do you believe? Do you believe that you're beautiful? Do you believe that you were created for a purpose? And do you believe that you were created on purpose? Do you believe that you could change lives? Do you believe that you're supposed to be successful? Do you believe that prosperity is in your lap? Do you believe that you can dream again? So many people tell their kids, stop dreaming. That dream ain't, you need to be, but then you're knocking down the purpose of who God created them to be. So explore it all for you so that you can teach it to the next generation and the next generation. But understand that it's possible. All things are possible. The Bible says nothing is impossible with God. Nothing. All things are possible. So if you can give all the negative sides of the world 100% of your time, people watch the news. Give me something good. Nothing? Okay, what you watching it for? Because you're putting your mindset and all of that. Now, I do know people who watch it for a purpose. I want to know what's going on in the world, but they still happy because they don't feed into the other stuff. You have to understand what you feed yourself is what you're going to get out of yourself. YouTube got so many things out there to help you push yourself. Don't look for nobody else. Do it for you. Even if you don't know how, do it for you, because I promise you. But so many people will tell you to do it for you, but they'll forget to tell you that what you do for you is not for you. The gift that God gave you is to serve other people. So if you're not serving other people, don't believe that what you get back will be available. So yes, be you, do you, love you, self-care, all of that, because it is definitely necessary. But at the end of the day, please be giving. Please be forgiving. Please be patient. Please be kind, because somebody had to do all those things for you. And look how your fruit came out. Come on, y'all. Be full of purpose today. Be full of progress today. Be full of confidence today. Understand that you already have it. Your mind, your brain controls everything about your body. Everything. You have to think about the things that you think. Be mindful of the people that God placed around you. Draw near to the people who give you those nuggets. Because in these last couple beautiful weeks, like I told y'all earlier, it has been so full of joy for me to be able to watch and pick from this garden that God let me see through those many years. I cannot explain it. I'll have to show it to you. Matter of fact, I'll try to show it to you. Give me some time. But what I'm telling you is, you got it, man. Place action, man. Do it, man. Because what you got to lose? If you always complaining about what's going on, do it. Because what you got to lose? If every time you turn around you're getting smacked in the face, do it. Because what you got to lose? You already at the bottom. But I heard Anithia say, the bottom is too crowded for me. So let's start this climb to the top. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all a story. Y'all know I like my stories. I'm going to tell you a story. A familiar story. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to try my best to leave after this story. But I can't make you no promises. So, there was this donkey that fell in a well on its owner's property. On his owner's property. Lord, I can't even talk. And then the owner started looking for the donkey. Realized that the donkey fell in a well. Tried different things. But could not get the donkey out. So what he decided to do was he was just going to bury it alive because he didn't want it to suffer. So he started shoveling dirt, and tossing it in. Shoveling dirt and tossing it in. He did it for a while, okay? He couldn't figure out why the donkey wasn't buried by now, because he's thrown enough dirt for the donkey to be buried. When he looked down in the well, he realized that the donkey was shaking the dirt off of himself and packing it under his feet. And he was shaking it off and packing it under his feet. And he did it so much that eventually he climbed out of that well. Do you know what type of mental strength it's going to take for you to fight this life every day? Do you know that you're going to fall into a well somewhere, whether it be you or whether it be somebody else? But do you understand that you have what it takes? Stop relying on your friends. Stop relying on your family. Stop relying on strangers. You have what it takes. Had you not had what it takes, you would still be stuck in the well you were in 50 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and even 6 months ago. You have to understand that life is what you make it. Yes, life may not be easy, but it's only hard because you choose for it to be hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said you wasn't going to be hurt. Nobody said you wasn't going to cry. Nobody said you wasn't going to have to help other people when you in your down spaces. Nobody said that wasn't going to have to happen. What they did say is, you can get back up. What it did say is, when you can't see yourself moving, I'm moving for you. Just keep trying. What it did say is, your harvest will be plentiful. What it did say is, I will leave inheritance for your children's children's children. What it did say is, be fruitful and multiply, meaning give. What it did say is, because I can do this for days, nothing is impossible, so keep going. What it did say is, write the vision, make it plain, which means keep dreaming. Stop telling people to stop dreaming. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Because you're a shining star. No matter who you are, shining bright. Listen. Stop playing. Stop playing with life because you only got one. Your next one ain't going to be this one again. You're not going to get up and repeat days. You got an expiration date. And it's vastly approaching. So what are you doing with the time that you have? What are you living in the time that you have? Who are you allowing to pour into you in the time that you have? What strength are you giving the positive? People say stop the negative and do the positive. But there's a formula to that too. You gotta roll before you crawl. You gotta crawl before you stand up. You gotta stand up before you take a step. And you gotta take a step before you walk. And you gotta walk before you run. It's the process. But go back to that infant stage where they learning all that. How many times they bust their heads open? How many times they fall and cry? How many times do you see an infant still get back up? How many times? People be like, they don't understand why their kids turned out the way they turned out. It's because you didn't do everything you could. And if you did do everything you could, as you grow, teach them to grow. So the person that has created some of these events in my life, she gets to teach her children the same thing because they get to watch her grow as she grows. How you handle a situation is what matters, not what your mouth say. Remember that. Because there were situations that she had to go through that you can't hide some stuff as a mother. But she was in the process of breaking up fallow ground while caring for other people. And baby, when I tell you that fruit is perfect, it's perfect. It went through every process it needed to go through. And when I say it's perfect, I don't mean that it's flawless. I mean it's just what God created it to be, because sometimes you gotta walk through the trenches to get to the top of the mountain. Sometimes you gotta use the tip of your finger. Sometimes you gotta use the tip of your finger to climb up the side of the well that you're trying to get out of, because that dirt ain't gonna be enough. At some point you're gonna have to climb. Come on, y'all. Get up today. Make a decision today. I will. Not maybe I can. Not I'ma try. None of that. I will. And write down the things that you will. Write the vision, make it plain. When God gave it to you, he gave it to you on purpose. Fulfill your purpose by nurturing the seeds planted inside of you along the way. The best part about life for me is not the fact that it get hard. It don't really get hard. It's just difficult at times. But the best part about life for me is that I get to choose. And I love being me. I don't care how you feel about it. I done fought to get to this space. I love being me. You need to love being you so that God can gift you all the things you need, the tools to create the best you. You got this. I say it all the time. I can, I will, I must, I am. Those are the 4 things to do. First thing to do is know you can. Second thing to do is speak that you will. Third thing to do is understand that it is necessary and why it is necessary. Fourth thing to do is I am doing it. Placing action on all that is available to you. Every door that opens, you walk through it. It's for you. And let me tell you something. The things that you find inside that door may not all be for you, but I promise you didn't walk through that door for a reason. So find that one tool that's in the junk, grab it, and open the next door. Because God blessed you with these doors that you didn't even know were in the rooms you were trapped in. It's time for y'all to close them boxes and get ready to pack another. Let's go, y'all. It's another day that we were blessed to see. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. Somebody is grieving. Somebody's heart is hurting. Somebody is homeless. But I've seen homelessness go to millions of dollars. And if you ask them how they did it, they would tell you it was by the grace of God. Come on, man. Through Jesus Christ. And I've heard a lot of them proclaim. And if you look at their lives, they live it. Then I can take you to some living witnesses. Okay? At the end of the day, the whole thing is, life may not be easy, but it is exactly what you make it. So make it great today. All right? I'm done. Y'all done walked this whole 3 miles with me. But I appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all's day. I just wanted to sprinkle a little salt on your world today. Add a little flavor to it. And let you know that you're worthy of everything you walk into. Just keep walking.